Welcome, everybody. Ashley, are you ready for the eclipses? Woo! Well, uh, August 12th, we're already in started eclipse season with our full moon in Aquarius, uh, which was not too long ago. That would have been on the 29th of June, I think. Then we had our full moon eclipse, our full moon on the 29th, I think. Was it the 29th? Yes, the 29th. We had a full moon in Aquarius. So, yeah. And we actually, that has uh activated this eclipse that will be happening on August 12th. And before that, Venus will enter Libra on the 6th of August. So let me share this with you. So here's the chart. 12, 12, almost 12:13 p. This is PM on the West Coast of the United States or Canada. You can change this to your time zone. Just you can go to astro.com and type in your location, August 6th, and see what time this is going to be for you. If you're on the East Coast, it'll be 3:12 p.m. Since there's 3 hours difference between the West Coast, California, and New York. And could be all the way from Massachusetts, Boston, Massachusetts, Florida. That is the entire East Coast. So when Venus enters Libra, we'll have Libra ascending at 25 degrees, 17 minutes here on the West Coast. But, Venus enters Libra on the 6th of August, where the moon is in her exaltation in Taurus, and Venus is in her domicile or is in one of her home signs. The other home sign, actually, it's quite interesting that Venus is ruled by Taurus, and the moon is in Taurus, and Venus is in her home sign of other sign that she rules. So Venus rules Taurus and Libra, with the moon in Taurus. So we have an exalted moon, a Venus that's in domicile or rulership, in her rulership. And this is all before Mars changes signs to go into Cancer, and Mercury will move into Leo on the 9th of August. So let me move this into, so the 7th. So the 11th, Mars enters Cancer. But before that, Mercury enters Leo on the 9th. Then Mars enters Cancer on the 11th. And then on the 12th, we have a solar eclipse, total solar eclipse in Leo. So there's a lot of change happening. Venus is out of her exile, out of detriment, or yeah, she was exiled in Virgo, where she did her own thing. Venus does well, didn't fare quite well in Virgo, yet did her own thing, took on did the details and everything like that. Now, to be more in harmony and more diplomatic. And also the moon will be in Cancer. That is the moon rules Cancer. Or Cancer is ruled by the moon. The sign of Cancer is ruled by the moon. And Mercury finally moves out of Cancer to Leo August 9th. So let's move this to the 12th. See, the sun and the moon are closer to the south node. Even though we had the full moon in Aquarius, which was conjunct Pluto, away too far away from the north node, when we had our full moon July 29th. So in the comments, let me know how you fared during that full moon. But there'll be an eclipse, a total solar eclipse on August 12th. And then we go to the 13th. The moon will be void until, well, actually, let's move this back an hour. Yeah, the moon will be void. Of course. When the moon moves into Virgo. So yeah, the 13th, 12th, after this total solar eclipse. Yeah. The moon will be void when the moon enters Virgo. Mars will be in Cancer. Yes. And then, yeah, that's the only planet that's in the sign of Cancer is Mars. And Mars is now fallen in the sign of Cancer. Mars is acting in a very unfamiliar way here. Mars still takes action, but in a more emotional, nurturing, um, almost trailblazing way, even though Mars is ruled by Aries in a cardinal, which is another cardinal sign. So is Cancer a cardinal sign? So the modality it's in, cardinal, fixed, or mutable modality, is cardinal. It's in a cardinal sign. Mars in Aries is in a cardinal sign. Aries is a cardinal sign. Capricorn, well, Mars does really well in Capricorn because Mars is exalted in Capricorn, has his exaltation in Capricorn, and Mars is in fall in Libra, which is another cardinal sign. So they all take initiative in different ways. Their mode of operation is different. But he's still Mars, trying to take action. But Mars taking action in Cancer is a bit different than Mars in Aries or Mars in Capricorn. And Mars in Libra, well, they don't do confrontation very well in Libra, anyway. Mars, yeah, likes to have confrontation. Well, not be confrontational, but they like conflict, uh, movement. In Cancer, Mars has to go with the flow. So let's move on to August 23rd. The sun enters Virgo on August 23rd. Right? Doesn't it? I think it does. 22nd. August 22nd. Sorry. The sun enters Virgo. And then we'll have our partial lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 20, what, 8th, I think. Uh, hmm, August. 27th, yes. August 27th, a lunar eclipse in Pisces. Full moon lunar eclipse. It's a partial eclipse because the moon and the sun are not in Aquarius. The moon is not in Aquarius, and the sun is not in Leo, which makes this a partial solar eclipse, lunar eclipse on the 27th, or maybe the 28th, depending on where you are. Yeah. If you're overseas, it's on the 28th. Like London, it'll be the 28th of August. So we are in eclipse season. So I know a lot of astrologers are talking about Lionsgate. I'm going to bypass that. I've never actually paid any attention to that. Didn't feel the energy during that time. It's not a portal to another dimension. Um, in my opinion. But I've been on this earth for 56 years, and Leo season has always been, well, I don't know. I wouldn't say even though Leo is ruled by the sun. And so yeah, all of Leo season is more like the Lion's Gate to me, just not one day. So let's go to today, August 3rd, the day that I'm recording this. And if I go back to the 29th, here's that full moon at not it will be at 6 degrees because the sun is at 6 degrees, and the full moon was at 6 degrees. Far, very far from the north node. The moon is very far from, like 20 degrees away from the north node. That's a very wide orb. Too big an orb to take into consideration. Although you may have felt that full moon on the 29th. And it'll be Libra rising as well when we had that full moon. No, Virgo rising, or maybe Leah. Virgo and Leo rising when we had this full moon. Yeah. Wednesday, the 29th. So we go to today, and then we go to Virgo season, which is the 22nd of August, where the sun enters the detail-oriented, discerning sign of Virgo. I believe Mercury will be in Virgo as well. Does Mercury move that fast? No. Mercury will be in Leo when the sun moves into Virgo, and then Mercury enters Virgo on the 25th of August. Mm. Hmm. Mm. Mercury will be in their rulership. Mercury is in the sign, one of the signs it rules of Virgo. The other one is Gemini. Mercury rules Gemini as well. So, quite interesting that, and that was part two of this. Uh, and then that'd be another part. Actually, I'll have an all signs. Actually, you know what? I'm going to pull some tarot cards. Why the hell not? What's the, let's see, what the energy for the rest of the Leo season will be. And today is my older brother's 60th birthday. Yes, August 3rd. One more shuffle. And let's. Ooh, we have the King of Wands. That's very light. Look at that. There's a lion for Leo, fire sign. So yes, there you are, Leo. You front and center. Then we have the Seven of Swords. Well, communications may be a little um suspicious at the moment. Yeah. Eight of Cups, putting the past emotions away, walking away from your the past that is your those emotions or that no longer serve. And the final card, the Ten of Cups. Hey, that's not bad. So after this happy life, Ten of Cups. So we have the King of Wands, the Seven of Swords. Yeah, communications are going to be interesting. You know, actually, you're not going to. Actually, uh, be more discerning with how what messages come to you. Yeah, suspicious of them too. Yeah. Then we have the Eight of Cups, walking away from that, all that emotional things, the emotional stuff that happened since last year with all that Cancerian energy. Whew, that was a lot of Cancerian energy that we had last year too. So And then yeah, then we're gonna have like then with the Ten of Cups. Hey, there's good that'll be like the ending of um some traumatic event, maybe. And or all those emotional blockages will be open up and be like, okay, now you can move ahead. The emotions are the emotional current has will be have passed and can move on from there. New directions very quickly. All right, well, that's about it. Okay, thanks for watching. My name is Stephen the Jupiterian. If you'd like a reading with me, more detailed, of course, uh, like for your birth chart and how the planets are um, transiting in your chart, or you want to know having a solar return. Um, yeah, I do solar return charts and all kinds of other things you can find in my on my website. I can, if you'd like, I can create a talisman specifically just for you based on your birth chart and your preferences on what you like. Uh, have a consultation with me, and I can have get the materials to build a talisman for you and have it sent out. And also, I do uh, essential order oil spells and all kinds of stuff. If you just want to hang out with me, do a meditation with me, I will happily do that as well. A guided meditation. And so yeah, there's a whole lot of things on my website. Check it out. Okay, thanks. Take it easy. I'm Stephen the Jupiterian. Bye. Enjoy this eclipse season.